ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Shubha Sanjay. Good evening to one and all. Today we are conducting 13th lecture series under AROHAN 2024. This is an initiative by our Honorable Principal Secretary, Higher Education Department of Karnataka to share innovative and best practices adopted in engineering and polytechnic colleges. It is a platform to share valuable experiences, textbook and research paper publications, patents, if any, presentations in conferences, conduction of invited talks, seminars, workshops, and achievements of students or faculty, if any. These lecture series are conducted fortnightly on 5th and 20th of every month. On behalf of the department, it is a privilege to welcome our Honorable Principal Secretary to Government of Karnataka Higher Education, Shri Shrikar M.S. IAS, Honorable Commissioner, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, Shri Jagdish G. IAS, Honorable Director, Department of Technical Education, Shri Prasanna H. IAS, our beloved Joint Director, CDC, Shri Shrikant G. I also welcome all the principals, head of sections, faculty, and students who have connected to this online lecture series. Today's first speaker was supposed to be Mr. Mohan Kumar PN, General Secretary, Institute of Standard Engineers, Bengaluru, but due to some technical issues, we could not connect with him. So I invite the second speaker, Mr. Bharat Kumar, Lecturer, Selection Grade in Computer Science and Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Hubli, to give the opening talk. He'll be speaking on the topic cyber security awareness and overview. To briefly tell about Mr. Bharat Kumar, Mr. Bharat Kumar has done his engineering, BE in Computer Science and Engineering from PDA College of Engineering, Kalburgi. Then he has done his MTech from Sri Jayachamrajendra College of Engineering, Mysore, and he has experience as a lecturer. He has joined the department in the year 2001. 2007, he worked as a lecturer. Then he went on to get his career advancements, and now he's selection grade lecturer till date. And his skills are in cyber security and web programming. I welcome you, sir, for this opening talk on cyber security awareness and overview. Over to you, Mr. Bharat Kumar.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I hope I am audible.
Yes, you are audible, sir.
So, before I start with my presentation, I would like to thank the Directorate of Technical Education for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share the knowledge of cyber security, whatever I have learned in past 3 years with my students and colleagues as well. So I would like to start the presentation by sharing the screen. Sir, my screen is visible, sir?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes.
You can share it full screen.
Yes, sir. So I will be presenting a brief overview of cyber security in the today's digital world, whatever we are facing. To begin with, I will give an introduction, then I will introduce you few of the threats or the challenges which we are there in the cyber security currently we are facing. Then I will briefly guide you about what career path may be chosen as a cybersecurity professional in the IT world. So let me start with you giving a brief introduction about the digital theft, what's happening, so that I can create you an interest in the current topic today, which we are discussing. So this is the latest news which is published on 28th of September that Mewat, which is located in Rajasthan, becomes the major hub for cyber frauds, where 74 gang members have stolen around 336 crores of rupees digitally in only 4 months. To continue with the next news, this is the news published in India Today group, which states that cybercrime hotspots in India where are located. So Bharatpur is the place which is the latest top cybercrime location in India, where 80% of the cyber crimes are happening. And in the second part of the slide, we can see somewhere around 77.41% of online frauds are happening. And few other frauds include the cyber terrorism, online cyber trafficking, ransomware, and other kind of things. So what's happening in the digital world nowadays is people are stealing your money, sitting at home, sitting at their own premises, sitting at their own locations. The days are gone where people used to do stealing of money or assets by breaking our doors and walls. Those days are gone. Today's digital world provides them a lot of opportunities where simply by giving a call, sending a SMS, people can steal your money. So how come what they are doing, what is this technology, how they are using is all about the cybersecurity, what I am going to brief you today. So let us start with what is known as cyberspace. So when we say cyberspace, then we are talking about all the interconnected digital devices. It may be a wireless mobile device, tab, or it may be a laptop, maybe a wired desktop computer, and nowadays it may be a refrigerator, it may be a bulb which is connected to Wi-Fi, it may be a camera. All these devices which are interconnected together put a cyberspace. So this world is intangible. So we say it is a virtual world where many devices are interconnected and sharing of resources happens. And this is populated with the growth of internet usage. Nowadays we see everyone is having multiple number of devices which are connected to internet. So a single person may be having 2 mobiles, tab, laptop, and things like that. So number of devices which are connecting to the internet is growing. So this gets the opportunity for cyber thieves. So what the cyber thieves or what the cyber threats we are having is the three types: the cyber attack, the cyber crime, and cyber terrorism. When an unauthorized people access our own information, then we say cyber attack has happened. When a group of people or a single person targets to a particular system or a network or a server or a particular device, then we say a cyber crime has happened. When we say cyber terrorism, we are talking about a electronic system being used to create fear or panic among the people of the world. So this is the major cyber threat which is happening in cyberspace. So I will be briefing about all these types of threats in forthcoming slides. So when we say cyber attacks, we talk about two types of attacks. First of them is passive attack, where a person is sending a message or information to person B via internet using connected devices. Then an intermediate person D reads some information what a person B is sending to A. So here we can see this person is sending some information to person A over a communication channel using internet. Then intermediate person is reading what is happening in the communication channel. So this person, whatever is reading, that is unknown to both sender and recipient also. So this, if we just compare with our analogy of telecommunication. We have seen in old movies that telephone line connection tapping used to be done. When two people are talking, a third person gets connected to the wire and listens to what the people are speaking. So that kind of attack, it is passive attack. Another type of attack is active attack. In this type of attack, the person B is sending some information to person A over communication channel using internet. Now, in this particular scenario, person B reads the information what is being sent from person B and captures that message and alters the message or replays the message to the recipient. So this type of attack, we say it is a active attack. And this type of attack may be identified easily sometimes. So in this particular slide, I wish to say you that the person B is modifying the content being sent from person A to B. So here this person is sending, this person will read it, modify and send it or replay it. That kind of attack, we call it as active attack. Then what are the threats that challenges the cyber security we have? We are having the malware kind of thing. Malware is nothing but a software which we install unintentionally into our devices. So maybe by clicking an link sent through email to us or sent through SMS to us, one unknown software gets installed into our device. And that particular software may modify the contents or erase the contents or delete the contents, we can say. So that type of software which destroys the content, changes the content, alters the content, we can say it is a malware. So there are different types of softwares which are created to create problems to the person whom we are attacking. That kind of software we call it as malware. There is another type of challenge, we call it as phishing. In this type of attack, the particular person gets a unknown message or unknown link to be clicked. So by that click, that particular person may send some useful information to the cyber attacker. Say, for example, the person may send the username and password, or the person may send particular account details kind of thing by clicking an unknown link. So that is why whenever we are clicking an unknown link, we should be very cautious. So this kind of cyber threat or attack, we call it as phishing. So the phishing can be done by sending an email or by sending an SMS to your mobile also, or by sending a WhatsApp message also. So this kind of activity, we call it as phishing, where a particular person is to, we felt like it's like originally the particular source, but it's not actually the original source to whom which we are interacting. So next kind of cyber threat is man in the middle attack. So when two parties are interacting over the communication, or two devices are interacting with the over communication channel, there is a third person who will modify the content or read the content. Such type of attack, we call it as man in the middle attack. So this is another cyber threat where we are facing in the cyber space. So in this, what will happen is the three persons are connected to the same network, and the third person is doing some kind of passive attack or active attack. Then another kind of cyber security threat we are facing is denial of service attack. In denial of service attack, what will happen is a particular service provider system is providing the services. Say, for example, a web server is providing the web pages to the clients, whoever requests. Then an opponent, an attacker, may create some false number of requests using a program. So thereby, number of requests will be sent to the server, and ultimately, when a genuine, legitimate user makes a request, the server is not able to respond. It's busy in responding to the false request sent by attacker. So programmatically, n number of requests will be sent to the server. So server is busy in answering that request only. When a legitimate user is trying to access the service is not available. Then we say server is too busy, server is not responding. So that kind of attack, we call it as denial of service attack. Another type of cyber threat or challenge in cyberspace is SQL injection. In this particular type of attack, particular payload in the sense a text message is inserted into the form data, and the attacker will try to retrieve confidential information stored in the database. So whenever there is a form in the sense where we enter some kind of username and password, or we enter first name, last name, kind of that, we call it as a form in web pages. So in that form, the attackers will create a text that we call it as payload, which will modify the real SQL statement written by the programmer, and thereby retrieving some confidential information from database. So it's a faulty program which will give the information to the attacker just by entering the SQL payload. So this type of attack, we call it as SQL injection attacks. So these are the 5 major issues what we face in the cyber security, cyber world or cyberspace. So here I'm having a example of a website. In this website, a user is intended to enter a login and password. So we see it's a correct web page, and we enter our username and password. So the opponent or attacker may be using a third-party application. In that third-party application, the opponent is reading whatever messages or information we are entering into the form. So how they will use is this kind of application. Here I have a screenshot of Burpsuit application. In this Burpsuit application, the opponent attacker is using Burpsuit application and trying to read information which is flowing across the communication channel. So the opponent here sees that login.php, this is the web page request, and in that web page request itself, here they can see login is B and password is bucks. So just by looking into what is flowing in the communication channel, the person will be able to read our username and password sometimes. So in this case, the web page BWAP is not developed using a particular proper security concerns, and communication between the server and the client is happening by using plain text HTTP protocol. They are not using HTTPS protocol. So S stands for security, and SSL protocol is used for communication. In that case, here the password and login name will not be readable like it is displayed here. So we should be cautious enough whenever we are using to the website that we see HTTPS is used for communication, and we use only such web pages. Here I'm having a few of the slides which say that what should be considered when we are doing online transaction or online communication. So these are the slides which I've taken from cybercrime.gov.in. Even you can also visit this particular website to know more about what kind of cyber crimes are happening, what awareness is required. Here they say be aware of fake jobs and work scams. So nowadays everyone needs a job to earn money. So they know it very well. So they start sending you some requests that we can give you money when you work from home. You just click some links and earn money, and you do some Google ratings, earn money. So when such a request comes to your WhatsApp link or WhatsApp message, then you have to see that whether that particular organization is really existing and they are giving you a right opportunity to work. So initially they say you just do Google rating and we will give you 50 rupees for each rating kind of thing. Then we start going on giving ratings. In the one day we may do 5 to 6 ratings. They will send 300 rupees for first day. Second day also they will give 300 rupees. Then they say you join our Telegram group, then we will give you more money. Then they say you invest 1,000 rupees, we will give you in 5 minutes 1,500 rupees. Initially they pay like that also. They give 1,500. If you invest 2,000, we will give you 3,000 rupees. They will do it also. For doing this, they will use false online trading website. They might have designed their own trading website where they show you have invested 2,02,000 rupees and they are giving you 3,000 rupees in your account balance. Now current balance is 3,000 rupees. Then they say you invest 1 lakh rupees, we will give you 1,40,000 rupees in 5 minutes. So if you invest 1 lakh rupees and they will show 1,40,000 also. In the fifth transaction, they say you invest 5 lakhs rupees, then we will give you 5.66 lakhs rupees. Then they will hold your account. So that kind of situations will be created and you may go losing your money. So you should be very cautious enough. So that's what I say. Our students, whenever you are going out for some particular job opportunities online, then you should be cautious enough to take care of such WhatsApp requests. There is another kind of scam where you are offered for lucrative job opportunities abroad. You come to abroad, we will give you this kind of thing. So they will ask your all details, passport detail and kind of things. They may misuse them. So you should be cautious enough, which may land even some trouble also. Then there is a recent parcel scam. They say you have a parcel from a foreign national, which is payable. So you pay 40 rupees, we will give you your parcel at home delivery. And then if you pay 40 rupees, then they will say again, no, it is now delayed, you have to pay more money. Second time you pay and they will ask for more money in third time. Likewise, they will be threatening you in one or the other way for parcel delivery. So you should be very cautious enough for products you have ordered online and what you are expecting to your home delivery. Only for such products you need to do payments. If it is prepayment, you not to do any payments. If it is post-paid, you have to be cautious enough to do payments also. There is another situation, what we call it cyber stalking. So whenever you are posting your content to the media maybe by making use of some online platforms like status of WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever profile messages you are doing it online, all those should be carefully posted because these are maybe used illegally for doing some mischievous behavior also. So especially girls and ladies should be very cautious enough when they post their particular images onto social media. One of the example I would like to share you here, a particular image with a gesture of finger showing V was posted onto social media. Cyber crime committing people, opponents or attackers, they took that particular image and taken out of that fingerprints. Then those fingerprints were used for creating false payments, Aadhaar enabled payments. So that is why even posting a image or picture with gestures is also to be done very carefully. And there is a lottery scam. Recently, we see you have been selected to win so and so rupees on a lottery. You click on this particular hyperlink. As soon as you click on that particular hyperlink, they will take you to their own website and you keep on entering your own credentials, and which may cause you problems. So these lottery scams also are happening too much. So you should be cautious enough not to click on any hyperlinks like that. There is credit card scam. Unknowingly, we will answer some phone calls and we will click on some email links which will end up for payments of transactions using our own credit card. So if you find any such suspicious activity, you have to report your bank immediately. Even after payment, if you do the reporting within 24 hours, there is a possibility that you will get your money back. So what we have to do and how we got to be cautious enough to safeguard ourselves from our internet usage is to have first a very strong password for all our accounts. Maybe it is user account for mail activity, or it is an account of Facebook, or it is an account of banking. We should have this strong password. Even nowadays we have a password which is becoming our asset. So a password should be, they say, minimum 12 characters. It should have symbol, it should have a lowercase character, it should have an uppercase number also, it should be there. So what I suggest is you should have a phrase password. So you may have a password like I was born in 1998 kind of thing. So in this, you can choose one alphabet of your choice as a uppercase, and there is 1998, which is a number. So you can insert some star in between, so which suffices. So while typing, the password is a phrase which is more number of characters, and it is a highly secured password. So password is very important and should be kept confidential, not to be shared with anyone else. And there is another suggestion for keeping ourselves secure is to use two-factor authentication. So in this particular slide, I am showing you Google Authenticator app. So everyone who is using an email account must install this Authenticator app of your choice. For different ways, there is different authenticator apps. So you can install this Google Authenticator app. Once you install it, to get started, it will ask you to click on Get Started. When you install, when you click on Get Started, you will get this plus symbol. So when you click on this plus symbol, which particular email account or AWS account, whichever account you want to do with two-factor authentication, there will be a link for two-factor authentication creation. So if you click there, there will be a QR code visible. You scan that QR code using this particular plus symbol when camera opens. Then it will show you this kind of the OTPs. So this OTP you will have to enter for the first time. 2 times you have to enter 2 OTPs consecutively. Then when it is configured, whenever you log in, it will ask for this OTP. So this means that you have to enter username and password first and submit it. So system verifies username and password is valid. After that, it will ask you to enter OTP from Google Authenticator. So Google Authenticator OTP is with your device only. So your device now becomes very important. So device also to be kept carefully. So this way we can safeguard ourselves from the cyber theft. So for all accounts, whichever you are using, I suggest you use some two-factor authentication. If you're not comfortable with the Google Authenticator app, you can even go for two-factor authentication with SMS. So whenever you give username and password and submit, if your credentials are valid, it will send an SMS. In SMS, there will be OTP. That OTP will have to type in second factor of authentication. So that way also can be two-factor authentication used. So this makes you more secure. Then what kind of the risks are there for sectors? Health sector is having risk, manufacturing sector is having risk, retail sector is having risk, financial sector is having. How come health sector is having risk? Is because all the persons who are having health issues will be having their data entered into health sector systems. So very important data will be there, like email, mobile number, and what kind of disease that person is facing and kind of things. So that data is very crucial for health sector. If it is damaged, then there may be a huge loss. Kind of thing is allocated with even manufacturing also, retail also. Now online retail is happening in huge amount. So that is the another sector where cyber security risk is there. Finance, we do a lot of online banking, we do phone pay, we use other UPI payments also. So all these transactions are happening online. A huge amount of risk is involved in these transactions also. So this is the industries where cybersecurity risk is there. Then I suggest, if you want to become a cybersecurity professional, you to go with this kind of certification courses. You may start with some computing technology industry association, so certificate courses like cyber security analyst, advanced security practitioner. If you want to do only penetration testing, then pen test plus is a certification course. There are other certification courses like CISA, CISM, CCSP, and CICSP. These certification courses will help you learn more topics related to cybersecurity and where you can enrich your knowledge. With this, I have come to end of my presentation. If any questions are there, I welcome you for asking questions.
So participants, if they have any questions, please kindly. I mean, the few of them have raised their hands.
Yes, sir.
Trupti, Trupti. Trupti. She has raised it. Trupti Bakar. You can speak, Trupti. Ananda Jesipura. Ananda. And on. Okay. No, I don't think so. They have, yeah, they have any questions. Sir Bharat Kumar, sir, thank you for very insightful talk on cybersecurity awareness and overview. You clearly showed uh, through code like how hacking is done, and moreover, you gave so many numerous examples how crimes are committed, and how people get trapped unknowingly. And in spite of knowing such cyber crimes, I know people fall prey. Uh, and also, you were given solutions for keeping a strong password. So, my question to you is, like, in spite of this awareness, how people fall to such kind of things, and with the uh, new era of artificial intelligence, where it's a challenge for cybersecurity. So, how this can be tackled?
See, the basic idea behind attacks is the need. People need money to work with their day-to-day activities. So they find weak persons and keep attempting many number of times. So to overcome this kind of cyber attacks, what we have to do is we have to clearly verify the particular persons to whom which we are communicating, and then only we should do transactions. I would like to share brief attack which was done here in Hubli only. A person had order for an equipment online by looking at the website and looking at the configuration for about 20 lakh rupees. And he made the payments also by making use of some NEFT and other transactions. And he waited for weeks together for receipt of the machine, but machine is not delivered. Ultimately, he went to the cyber cell and then complained that he had ordered and did not receive. So there is no kind of cyber attack here, but loss has happened to him financially because not verifying that particular website. So it looks like actual website, genuine service provider, but people will not give you the correct service. So we should be cautious enough. That's all. Think once, twice, thrice before you click any link. That is my statement.
Yes, truly, what you said is one should be very cautious. Yes, and they should not fall prey.
Yes.
Such, yes. Thank you, sir, once again for giving a wonderful talk. Thank you.
I thank Joint Director of Technical Education for including cybersecurity as a curriculum in this diploma course. It is very nice that we are teaching our students cybersecurity platform. Thank you.
There is an exclusive pathway also, I think, for that.
Yes, sir. We are doing that pathway in our institution.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So today's next speaker is Mr. Mohan Kumar PN, General Secretary, Institute of Standard Engineers, SEI, Bengaluru. So to briefly tell about Mr. Mohan Kumar PN. So he has done his BE Mechanical from BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore, and he has served as Senior Manager at Designs Special Machines Division at Bharat Fritz Werner Limited, Bangalore. Have 33 years of design and practical experience in special purpose machine tool design, control system, and troubleshooting. He is associated with Institute of Standard Engineers, Bangalore, from the past 25 years, presently serving as its General Secretary. He is recipient of Silver Medal for the year 2022 instituted by the Institution of Standard Engineers. He is associated with Bureau of Indian Standards, Bangalore, as resource team member, and from past 3 years have conducted more than 20 BIS programs at various technical colleges and schools in Karnataka. He has also been felicitated by BIS on World Standards Day 2023, Manak Mahotsav, on 14th October 2023 at Bangalore for promoting BIS programs. He has undergone the training program for key resource persons for transacting lesson plans under learning science via standards, conducted by National Institute of Training for Standardization, Noida. His other hobbies being reading, writing, photography, music, traveling, etc. So I welcome Sri Mohan Kumar PN for
Yeah.
today's talk, and definitely the talk will be very interesting because he will be talking on BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, where our day starts with standards and ends with standards, as his colleague Mr. Veer Shekrachari has stated. Um, he's also accompanied him. I welcome Sri Veer Shekrachari also for this talk.
Thank you.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Hmm.
Good evening, everyone. Um, nice and pleasant of you, sir, Rashika, sir, for giving an opportunity on this wonderful platform in sharing the knowledge of whatever we are been adapting, following, and promoting at BIS. Okay, so I'll start off with the presentation directly so that people get glued to the slides more than the person we call it like. Okay, sir. So the subject today will be what is BIS and what goes into BIS, what do they do at BIS, and what are the benefits to the common man or the society, we can tell, sir. Like, okay. So to start with, when you say BIS, people will be wondering what is this BIS. Okay. So let me take back. We call that as we have this Indian Standards Institute, ISI, and most of you people are familiar. Most of you people are familiar when you see the gas cylinders, gas stove, or even the helmets, what you use it for the two-wheelers, we call it like, okay. And even when you go to the kitchen, even you find it onto the cookers, that is the domestic pressure cookers, okay. So these are some of the areas wherein you will be finding the ISI emblem or the seal or what we call as the standard, we call, okay. So why this ISI and what it does, we call it. So this institute was established quite some time back when we got the Indian independence. That was in the year 1947, and the 6th of Jan, it came into existence. So ISI came along with our independence, we can share. And yes, it was good. It was good that we could make it up along with our independence. Right? Then whatever we call today BIS, BIS is nothing but an updated version of ISI. That means BISI refers to Bureau of Indian Standards. Right? So in Bureau of Indian Standards, what do we do? Slides we can, yeah. So in fact, really? Rajshekar sir, you can see the slides or it is not visible?
It is not visible, sir. Please
Okay.
share it.
Yeah. Only we have to go to the share mode. Now, sir? Now it is now it has
Now
come
we
into
can-
picture, sir?
Yes.
Oh,
Now you
okay.
can share it full screen, sir.
Okay, it is in full screen only, so that clarity is there and vision is there. So again, I'll just tell again, ISI, Indian
Now,
Standards
sir,
Institute.
put it in full screen, sir.
Full screen only it has been put, sir.
No, that you have to go down and click on that
Viru sir, nodi?
full screen mode.
8 minute.
Press F5, sir, for slideshow.
One moment, yeah.
Rashekar now? Hello?
Rashekar,
Now, yeah,
it is being seen.
Sir, slideshow.
Yeah, please.
Go to slideshow, sir.
One moment. Yeah.
Have you shared entire screen, sir? Sir, share entire screen. Third tab, share screen. Sir, arrow mark idೆಯಲ್ಲ, just click on that arrow mark. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸರ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ arrow mark ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ ಶೇರ್. Fourth one, sir. Fourth option.
ಅದು ಕವರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಇದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು
ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್, arrow mark ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್.
ಇದಾ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಮೀಟ್ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್.
ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ನೋಡಿ.
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ
ಓಕೆ,
ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇವ್ರು ಈ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನೇ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಶೋಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು ಬರಲ್ಲ.
The visibility is there or the size is small?
Slide is small, sir.
Irli, sir, we can carry it on.
Okay.
Like-
Okay. Let us not lose our time. Time is precious. Okay. So again, sorry for the interruptions and the disturbances. So ISI, it refers to
Share, sir.
ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಅದು ಹೋಯ್ತು ಮತ್ತೆ.
ಶೇರ್ ಸರ್, ಶೇರ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಇರು ಸರ್ ನೋಡಿ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಸರ್.
Okay. Again, just to review, we call it as ISI. I was referring Indian Standards Institution. Then the today's world we are known as BIS or the Bureau of Indian Standards.
You have 20 minutes, sir.
No,
Yes.
I will come. I'll make it up. Okay. So when it came into existence was the lookout, like I was telling, 6 January 1947, we had ISI in picture. Then your BIS came into picture. The next one. BIS came into picture in the year 1987, first April. This is only a brief introduction. Then some of you must have heard of what is National Standards Body of India, NSB. This is nothing but BIS only again. Next one. So like in the institutions or colleges,
Slides change ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. Here I am changing it. Now I am in the fourth slide. Yeah. ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು.
ಈಗ ಬಂತು ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಬಂತ. Now we are in the fourth slide, sir.
Yes.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಗ. ಹಲೋ. So go back. Next slide. ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್. Back. Sir, next one.
Continue, sir. Continue.
Yeah. So, like what we have in the colleges and the institutions, we have an HOD or the principal. Likewise, for BAs also, we have a president. The president is it is directly the Honorable Minister of Consumer Affairs. Okay, he's the president of that. And whatever is being done, it is rather he takes care of the activity. Today, we have our person from Karnataka, Sri Prahlad Joshi, as the president for this BIS, sir. Okay, next one. So only the bullet points I am sharing, Rashekar sir. So the slides will be shared with the participants. You can take just share with them. So, then location-wise, BIS, where do we have? Of course, in Bangalore, we have a regional office only. Very near to the Jayalli Circle, we have the BIS office. And a lot of activities are happening over there. And the main head office, we have BIS at Delhi or New Delhi. Then the remaining we have like Chandigarh, Ghaziabad, Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai. These are all the regional offices. And one lot of branch offices we have, sir. Okay, next one. So then core activities, what do we do at BIS? That means it can be BIS Bangalore or it can be BIS elsewhere also. The core activities are more or less the identical and the same. So in that, the first one, we have what we call as standardization, which refers to the making of the data sheets or establishing or standardizing a product or a system, we call it. Then we have conformity assessment. That means whether the product is okay or not, it is approved by certain authorities. This is what we call it as conformity assessment. Then we have the third one, the lab activities. Similar to your mechanical testing lab or electrical testing lab or electronic testing lab, we have various labs available at BIS or the Bureau of Indian Standards, wherein the products are tested profusely, means to the requirements. It can be a mechanical item, or it can be an electrical item, or it can be even the liquid item or a solid item. Like, okay. Then we have the fourth one we called as the hallmarking. Today's world, when you look at previously, we used to have the gold standards, and previously the gold was sold in the name of proprietary names, we call it. So like Venkateshwara Goldworks or Srinivasa Goldworks. Today we have a BIS hallmarked gold is the poster what you see in front of all the gold manufacturers or the outputs or the outlets, we call it, like, okay. Then the last we have what we call as the training activities. These are the core activities. Training is like this is a classroom session wherein we are online. The other one is a direct face-to-face contact, we call it. So 50 people, 30 people, 20 people, 100 people, sometimes 200 people are involved in the training activities. Of course, we do have direct training activities and online training activities also. It is mainly to spread the values of standards and what are the benefits of standards and who is benefited from the adapting these standards. Like, okay. So the core activities, once again, I'll define it: standardization, conformity assessment, laboratory activity, hallmarking, and then the training activity. Let us go through one by one. What are it? Briefly only I'll be going through, sir. Okay. In standardization, we do have one lot of engineers supporting and promoting the requirements of the products of the system. Like, okay. So here you will find nearly some 15 or 16 services are there. And of course, we have people from different walks of engineering. We call it as a chemical, or maybe an electrical, or can be an electronics, or it could be civil, or it can be water services, etc., etc., etc. All work with a common theme, that is a standardization for the betterment of the society or the people, we call it, like, okay. And these are all what we call as service segments with the expertise. The experts can be from BIS. Sometimes they take it from the institution, sometimes from the organization, sometimes from the vendors also. They also can be a participant in promoting the values or the product of standardization, we call it, sir. Okay, the next one. So in standard formulation, okay, say for example, how many standards are there? If you ask, as on date, if you ask, today is 2024. In 2024, probably we would have touched some 22,000 data sheets, we call it, like, okay. So what is a data sheet? Like, okay, just to give a brief introduction, in a data sheet, assume that you are wearing a two-wheeler helmet. What is the helmet? It is a safety gadget which is used for protecting your head in case of any incidental falls, we call it, like, or an accident, we call it. So in that case, what should be quality of the helmet, and what goes into the making of the helmet, and how it is tested and approved and released to the market, we call it, okay. So there are one lot of manufacturers of helmet, and for all the helmets, if it is approved by BIS, they go by the standard values of BIS, and the number is given as ISI 4151. This is basically what is given for the helmets, right? So when you check, in fact, even in the open website, you can go to the Google and check for the values of what we call as an helmet. That means you put ISI 4151, then you will realize that what goes into the making of the original product, like. And of course, when you say ISI product, means the value will be at least to 20% more than the other items which is available in the market, because these are referred and made as per a global standard. So naturally, it goes under rigorous testing conditions, and it is approved by authorities who look into the quality conscious of the product, we call it, okay. That is the reason these products are likely, or we call it as nearly 15 to 20% costlier than the items which is available in the open market. It can be even a domestic cooker also. Even for that also, we do have a standard. Definitely, when you go to the site, we call it as the regular net site, you can go and you can just check for domestic pressure cooker. You will get a lot of inputs what goes into the making of the cooker or the domestic cooker. So likewise, this was only one example what I gave. I took only 1 minute for that. Then we have like that nearly some 22,000 or 23,000 of standards of data sheets available in the market, and wherein it is being meticulously followed by all the manufacturers of the standard products. Okay, so in that some are established, some are harmonized, some are regularly being revised, and some are in a regular circulation also. This is what briefly the standards formulation sheet is showing. Okay, the next one. So then you would have heard what is ISO. ISO refers to, again, International Organization for Standardization. So is it linked with ISI? Definitely, sir, it is linked with ISI because they are global standards. We are in the national standards. And of course, we do a lot of homework by referring to the master standards, or we are a part of the team of ISO. So you would have heard, some of the people would have heard or are familiar with what is ISO 9001, ISO 14001, etc., etc. These are all nothing but systems, we call it. Whereas the ISI and the BSI numbers, whatever you are having, it is for the product. Cooker is a product, helmet is a product, cylinder is a product. That means the gas cylinder. Like, okay, the next one. So next we have, once we establish on the system or the product, then who is the confirmation or the conformity authority? That means who gives the approval. So in our case, we have the ISI and we are giving it as a ISI symbol is there. So everywhere people are eligible to use it once the product is approved by ISI. Okay. The next one, second one, you will find a blue and a red color signal, emblem. It is mainly for the grant of license. Even the first one also is a grant of license. That means the product is approved and we can use it and we can circulate it and we can sell it or we can buy it also. So what the consumer looks at is whether the ISO branding is there or the next symbol, whatever is there. The next symbol, the second one, what I was referring was, it was for the electrical gadgets or the electronic gadgets. Like, of course, in the institutions, we do buy a lot of laptops we buy, then mobile sets we buy, electrical gadgets we buy. Only we need to see that whether it is having a green, the blue and the red emblem, whatever is defined over here. That refers, that means it is an approved product. And if there is a license for that item, it can be used or by the consumer, he can use it without any reservation. Mainly, it confirms that it is suitable for the Indian working condition. See, most of the imported voltages, what we have is either 120 volts or 110 volts or sometimes 24 volts or 12 volts. Either it can be AC or it can be DC. Low voltages, usually it is with DC, sir. Like, okay. That means the moment you buy a, say, Mixie, it is an imported one. It has come from Japan. You put it without checking into that, the Mixie will bugger off. That means the voltage is not suitable for our condition. Hence, it has buggered off, we'll be calling. And who can make noise means we cannot make noise because we have not got it to a source which has approved and given the product or released the product to the market. Like, okay, the next one. Then product certification. I was just telling, nature of product can be anything. Like, okay, it can be electrical or mechanical or whatever it is. Like, okay, so we have a third party. That means product certification is voluntary in nature. You make a product, you get the product approved. You have to approach these authorities of BIS or ISI and get it approved. That's why we call it as voluntary in nature. Like, okay. Then third party certification scheme means BIS is one of the first party. Second party is the manufacturer. Third party, that means we have a vendor or a third person who is coming and telling, I will certify and give it, but that party will be approved by BIS people. Like, okay, that is what we call as a third party certification. Then mandatory certification is also there. That means we have a product without the seal or the emblem or the approval, it cannot circulate in the market. That is what we call as a mandatory certification scheme. And it is mainly for the electrical items, and it is from the Ministry of Government of India we have. And one lot of products are identified. In this case, we have referred as 378 products. It can be more than that also. Then manufacturers, that means foreign manufacturer certification scheme. Imagine today we are getting mobiles from Sony, we are getting, then we are getting from Redmi, then we are getting, basically it is all outsourced product. Why we go? Because we have the fancy of getting an imported item, we call it. Whether that is suitable for our Indian market, that means it has to be approved by the Indian government. BIS or ISI, we call it. So for that certification is called as foreign manufacturer certification scheme. Like, okay. Then we have the last one, a compulsory registration scheme for electronics and IT products. which has started in 2012. So these are some of the product certification processes and how it is being done. Okay. So on the screen, you are finding one black color standard ISI mark. So any product you see, suppose it is on the helmet, you can find on the top IS 4151. That means it is a 4-digit number. Then in the bottom, we have a license number. License number, usually it is 10-digit or an 8-digit number. Okay. So there can be, some people will be asking whether it is spurious or how do we know, okay. So misuse of standard mark is very much there in the market because people want to override on something which is available good in the market, we call. And how the emblems are tried, or rather how the people make the emblem to look identical or similar, but not exactly as per what is given by ISI. Okay, the next one. Then we have a mandatory certification of products, means what are the products which are mandatory? That means we call it the safety products. One is the electrical equipment, another is the gas cylinder. Some of the products are displayed so that people can easily understand what it is and how it is and why it is. Even in fact, we have for the cement also, we call it the 33 grade cylinder, 43 grade cement, then we call it as 53 grade cement. And everything is paisa only, sir, but for the quality only we are paying, sir. That much we should understand. Next one. So we have, see, typically I'm only sharing LPG cylinder, what will be the number okay, IS 3196 we call. Now, when you go back to your respective houses, you can just check back on the cylinder number, whether it is the same or different. Even on the domestic cooker, we have 2347 IS number is there, sir. If it is a branded ISI approved pressure cooker or a domestic cooker, you will find the number is matching and you should be happy for that. Okay, the next one. So we have a mandatory certificate of one lot of products. I'm just sharing with some values in the sense of what it is, we call it okay. Even for the water, what you're drinking, you're giving 10 rupees or 5 rupees or 20 rupees, we call it okay. And on the number, we have ISI 14543. This is the number which you will find it on any of the water. That can be aqua, or it can be distillery, or it can be some XYZ. Just check on the ISI number. We call it as IS number 14543. You can note down and you can check back and check for what is the expiry date. Okay, suppose it is the expiry is in somewhere in say October. What did you check? Beyond that, the water is not good, we call it. We call it as it cannot be consumed, is not the criteria. It can be taken, but the quality comes down. Okay, the next one. So we have compulsory registration scheme. That means the electrical and electronic gadgets. Some of the items are physically shown, sir. Something like the camera, then it can be a micro oven, it can be a video camera, or it can be even your TV sets also, sir. Okay, the next one. So foreign manufacturer certification scheme, I just shared what it is and how it is. Mainly, it is only to ensure that we get certified products for circulation in the Indian market and people get value for the money, whatever they are paying. Okay, the next one. Compulsory registration scheme, again, it is for the electrical and electronic items I was sharing. Then some renewable energy items means they have the photovoltaic systems and items like. For those items, we require compulsory registration because it is hazardous is one, and if you do not handle it with care, we are going to have the related difficulties, sir. Okay. Chemicals, you may be wondering what is that. Agriculture is nothing but the items which are grown in the land. The land is fertile, we are happy with that. How do we do the fertility or enhance the fertility? With chemicals and fertilizers. Is it approved? Is it authentic? For that purpose only compulsory registration schemes are required for identifying such items, sir. Okay. The next one. Management certification system, I told in the beginning itself, ISO 9001. ISO 9001 is for the system, for the organization, for the institution, for the hospitals, etc., etc. That means there is a document for everything, and everything there is a traceability, we call it okay. Then we have the EMS system, we call it okay, environmental management system. What is the EMS system? We have this 14,001. That means the environmental standards, we say, and for organizations, for units, for institution also, it is approved, it is required, so that there is a safe consciousness about what is environment and how much we are trying to abuse and how much it is under control and how we are taking care of it, okay, sir. So and in the 9001 I was just referring, these are all called as quality management systems or QMS systems, we call it okay, sir. The next one. Then lab activities, I was just referring, I may take another 5 minutes only, sir. Okay, in the lab activities, we have I told you, say physical labs or what we call as mechanical lab or chemical labs, we call it, like any of your regular labs only. Standard labs are there, approved labs are there. We go to the approved lab so that we get an authenticated document for the product, whatever is given for testing and clearance, we call it like. Okay, the next one. Then we have the gold. Once it comes to the gold, people will be happy or interested in knowing what is that gold we are trying to do. In the gold, we have quality of gold. We call it as the pure carat gold is called as 24 karat gold. Like, okay. And can we use it? We cannot use it. Only we can sell it, we can buy it, and we can promote it. Then what is the type of gold we are using for our commercial purposes? We call it as the next one. In the next slide, you will find we have a carat gold 24. We will be just getting it. We call not Dubai gold we have got, and we have got original gold we call. But all the jewelry, what is worn by your ladies or the gents or the people or the ornaments, it is all 23 karat gold we call it, and it is 912 series we call it. Then we have 22 karat, then 20 karat, 18 karat, and 14 karat. 14 karat is the low. That means the quality of gold is low. That means 55% gold. The remaining are impurities, we call it. 18 karat, it will be slightly up like okay. So 23 karat means it may be 92% of gold will be there, remaining will be the other elements. The next one. Then the hallmarking, we do it for, see, if you check on the next one, if you check on, there is a number called as HUID. That means the hallmarked jewelries, we call it. And in any of the jewelry, you will find there is a 6-digit number available. In that 6-digit number, it is an alphanumerical number. So you will get to know what is the quality of gold. That means whether it is a 23 karat gold or it is a 22 karat gold. What is the source from where it has come? And whether it is authentic or it is something different. So these things you can check in an app what is given by BIS. We call it as a BIS Care app. Who can own that? Anybody can own it. You go to your Play Store, download the BIS Care app, and you will see some wonderful world of engineering, and you will get more details about that. Like, okay, I was telling you about in the Care app, what you need to do is HUID number you can check and put. Then in the water, I was just telling there is an 10-digit license number. You put that number, you will come to know the water from where it has come, and when it was manufactured, and what is the expiry date, and what is the quality of the water, etc. Like, okay, the next one. Then training activity, we do have Delhi is one of the major, but we have an institution at Noida, we call that NITS, National Institute of Training for Standardization. NITS is at Noida. It's a beautiful center, training center with a lot of facilities wherein you can undergo the training for your institutions, organization, individuals, and even for the groups also they do conduct. Only we have to arrange, commit a date. Sometimes they can come down and conduct the program, or they will invite you, only need to pay the fees accordingly. It can be a 2-day program or a single-day program also, sir. Like, okay, the next one. So that's what I could share for the time given. I have just brushed through to create an awareness about what are the facilities, opportunities, testings, etc. available with BIS. Like, okay, that is the Bureau of Indian Standards. And I would like to thank the team for giving me an opportunity to share what is BIS. Definitely, I'll come back to you with some more values on standards, standardization, and how standards are valuable, in what way it is beneficial to all the engineering segment of people, sir. Okay, could be a 2 questions I'll take up, maybe for a minute or 2, sir. Is it okay, Rajshekar, sir?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah. The question, sir, anything you can ask, sir, within the slides, whatever I shared. Something above that means I'll need to address it separately. Please, sir.
Hemant Kumar.
Sir, Hemant Kumar from Government Polytechnics. I have a question.
Heli, sir. Hemant Kumar. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅ ಕುಕ್ಕರ್ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಏನಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಯಾವ ತರ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ
Definitely, I can share maybe for 30 seconds. See, in cooker, what is that you are going to test? See, in the test, we have mechanical testing, pressure testing, visual testing also. Like, okay. So initially, the basic thing is cooker is what it is a pressure test only we do. So in the pressure test, what is the internal pressure given for the cooker? That means we pump in either it can be air pressure or it can be gas pressure or it can be steam pressure also. Like, okay. And we only check on whether the sustainability is there. That means the cooker is functioning. On the cooker, there is a safety release valve, sir. We call it the deadweight safety release valve. Like, okay. So we check on at what pressure the safety valve releases, we call. Okay. It can be 1 bar, it can be 1.2 bar, or it can be 1.3 bar. This is one, I'm just referring to the safety, we call it. Like, okay. In case the deadweight is stuck, it is not opening up, then how does the cooker withstand, or how does the safety committee picture? We have another fusible plug valve, we call it. Like, okay. That means there is a molten material which is available in the fusible plug. That molten metal will just come off. That means the cooker pressure, whatever is there, it comes out with the full force, we call it, and you can find the steam oozing out, we call it. Okay. This is what we call as the testing pressure for the safety of the cooker functioning, we call. Okay. The next one is the gasket. The gasket, what is the function of the gasket? It is to ensure that there are no incidental, accidental leakages when we put the gasket. Like, okay, it is a rubber gasket only. Okay. So we need to check into the quality of the gasket. One is whether it is suitable for the food standards, we call it. That is a basic test. It is done and established separately, and it is put to the cooker. Then when we load the cooker means the gasket should be in position, and it should be a good quality. We don't tell, it should be a qualified gasket, we call it. Like, okay. If the life of the gasket is gone, see, rubber products definitely they have a shelf life. Everybody knows it. Like, okay. So I bought a cooker. Along with that, I bought 2 gaskets. After 1 year, I tried to use the gasket. The gasket was not functioning. This is the comment, we don't call it. This is the observation of the lady at the house, and the man gets the banking, he'll tell. Like, okay. First of all, who asked you to buy the gasket? It has got a shelf life, we will tell. Okay. Then how do we store the gasket? There is a condition of 18 degrees centigrade or 16 degrees centigrade. In that, it has to be maintained. So along with the cooker, never buy the separate spare gasket. You buy it only whenever you find it is not working. Like, okay. So these are the basic things what is done, sir, on the safety point of view. Even on the helmet, that is a safety gadget. Like, okay. So safety is first, next is other things, sir. Like, okay. Is it clear, sir? Hemant Kumar, within the minute, I have just tried to justify what is required.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Fine, sir. Next, sir. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah. Rajshekar, sir, you are not audible.
Rajesh Vangal, sir, will go. No?
Yeah, please, sir. Rajesh, sir? Yeah.
Rajesh Vangal. Okay.
Yeah, one more question I'll take so that the people should be, yeah.
He had raised the hand, but now
Yeah.
I think.
It's okay, sir. You can give it to the next person. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah, the talk was really very insightful, and I mean, we didn't know there's so many things go behind standardization, and definitely, sir, you gave a beautiful overview of the GIS standards and various standards. Yeah. And I have one simple question, that is,
please, sir.
Sir, there are so many low-cost imported products which are in the market. Like how these standards enforced on these? I mean, how do we know that these are manufactured with some standards?
Basically, they go by what we call as approval systems, we call it, sir. So I was just telling ISI branding should be there or BIS branding should be there. Like, okay. In case it is not there, then we cannot raise our voice also, sir. Like, okay. So we call it as low cost products means anything below 100 rupees, we call it. Okay. So we look into the higher cost, we don't call it. Regular consumed items, we call it. So the low cost products, whatever you are referring now, sir, I can understand. Electrical item is one of the major one wherein nobody bothers, we call it. Like, okay, the owner is not aware, the builder is not aware, only the user, the consumer, only after an year he will come to know that whatever items has been used, it is not A class, it is what we call as C class or D class or E class. In fact, the other day one of the sir was referring at BS only, In Japan, we have only one standard. We call it as A class or first class only. We don't call it as second, third class, fourth class. Okay. Incidentally, in India, we find ABCD class, which is not healthy for the society, they said. Okay. Then we said our cost economics are in such a way that we are forced to generate some spurious items, we call it like that. Okay. So we tell, no, sir, you get a pen for 10 rupees and you get a pen for 2 rupees also. Okay. So what is the life of the 2 rupees means that day it is over. Okay. 10 rupees, it may come for a week or a 10 days. Okay. So as is the cost, so is the product, and so is the quality, we call it, sir. Okay. So we don't have any control unless somebody takes it up very strongly with the institute to approve the product, we can tell, sir. Okay. Yeah. On the closing front, I would like to share one more thing. Okay, BIS is open to each and everyone. First point. Second thing is, you want to go through the standards, you can go to the website of BIS and you can just download the standards also. Okay, it is nothing but we call as awareness. We call that as engineering awareness, and you can definitely get a beautiful knowledge out of that, sir. Okay, and it is free. Don't call it. It is available easily, and you can just like that download it. Okay, so when it is available on chargeable basis, then the conscious is more, sir. Okay, when you say it is available just like that, then the subconscious mind will tell, just download it and leave it. They will tell like that. Okay, sir. And in fact, courses are being conducted like a Manak Manthan, like that. We have a program. It is only for the benefit of the engineers and the engineering students and faculties also. You can. It is an open invitation wherein people can come down for that product. I mean, for that program, be a part of the program, sir. Okay. That's it, sir. That's all what I had to share for today's program, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the Department of Technical Education, I thank you, sir,
Yeah.
for giving a very wonderful talk on standards.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
We'll
Thank
engage
you.
with you with future also.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Veer Shekracharya also.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So today's next speaker
No.
is Jabina Banu M. Nadaf, selection grade lecturer in electrical and electronic engineering, Government Polytechnic, Bankapura. She will be speaking on renewable energy and initiative towards sustainability. The madam is selection grade lecturer in electrical and electronics engineering at Sri Channakeshwar Government Polytechnic, Kuddada, Channapura, Bankapura. Full name. Usually we know by the very small short name, GPT Bankapura. She worked as a lecturer at GPT Karwar, then at Belgaum, GPT Belgaum, and presently she is working at GPT Bankapura. She worked as a FOSS workshop organizer, and at institution level, she worked in NBA work, CC Tech manager at GPT Belgaum. And also to her achievements, she got Best Content Development Award in Karnataka LMS. Welcome you, madam. Madam will be speaking on renewable energy and initiative towards sustainability. And through her initiative at Bankapura Polytechnic, a power plant, solar power plant was installed. And I think she's a better person to brief us about it. Over to you, madam.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I thank Honorable Principal Secretary to the Government, Higher Education Department, Government of Karnataka, then Commissioner, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, Shri Jagdish, sir, and Directorate of Technical Education, Shri Prasanna, sir, Joint Director for CTC, Shri Shrikant, sir, Coordinator for AROHAN series, Shri Rasika, sir, and our Dynamic Principal, Shri Hemant Kumar, sir. So I am audible to you, Shri Rashika, sir?
Yes, madam, please go on.
Yeah, should I start the presentation, sir? Should I share my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, is the screen visible to you, sir?
Yeah, it is visible, madam. You can show full screen.
So today's
Yeah, yes,
ROHAN,
yes, yes,
sir,
yes,
is it
yes,
visible, no, sir?
yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Today's RON series lecture is renewable energy and initiative towards sustainability. Uh, so we all know that we have conventional and non-conventional energy sources. The non-conventional energy sources are some of the types are the solar energy, wind energy, biomass, tidal, and geothermal energy. The cause of using the non-conventional energy sources are there is a reduction of carbon dioxide emissions in the environment, which gives rises to the overall temperature of the environment, leading to the global warming. And the aim of this reducing the CO2 emissions is to make the carbon content in the environment net zero. The meaning of net zero is amount of carbon emissions emitted is equal to amount of carbon emissions reduced by utilizing the the renewable energy sources like solar, wind, biomass, etc. And also, the advantages of the renewable energy sources are it is a fuel that never runs out, free of cost, cheaper form of electricity, and clean and green energy. The disadvantages of solar or renewable energies are their intermittency in their generation, which leads to the failure or imbalanced grid when connected to the grid, and the higher capital costs, and the storage of energy of the renewable energy sources is a challenge. So the different types you already discussed that the solar energy, the Karnataka has the highest generation solar energy of 25 gigawatts, a wind energy of 23.5 gigawatts, biomass of 1.37317 megawatts, tidal energy of 90 watts. And the highest solar park is the Pavagada Solar Park near Tumkur. It is the biggest solar park in Karnataka. The highest wind energy or wind power plant is the Vijaypur in Karnataka. Then biomass energies or biomass small power plants are present at Hiriyur, Chitradurga, Raichur district, Koppal district, and Hassan district. And a mini tidal power plant of only 90 watts is present at Kadike Beach, Kemanu village in the coastal belt. So let us move on to why we choose the renewable energy and why we are calling it as an initiative moving towards sustainability. So our college is a rural college which is located in Gudada Channapur village, and we have frequent load shedding. Sometimes load sheddings will be 2 to 3 days, and sometimes the load sheddings will even last for 8 days. The reason for load shedding here is because it is a rural area and farmlands are present nearby our colleges, and hence the efficiency of utilizing the energy is being divided, and load shedding occurs nearby our college area. And one more important challenge what our college is facing is we have a HT connection of 60 kVA, and presently there is no power supply in our college, and it is lasting nearly 6 to 8 months because we have undergone the TC repair nearly 2 to 3 times of approximate nearly 90,000 to 1 lakh rupees with lots of struggle by our principal sir. Hence, this time when there was same power failure due to the occurrence of fault, because our college is located at a hilly area and a small windy gust also causes short circuit in the HT lines, and because of that the CT-PT and the ported cables get damaged, and hence the damage of the UG cables gives no power to our college, and hence we have gone for an alternative arrangement. We have taken an UG cable which is drawn from a hostel LT connection with the telephonic conversation from the HESCOM officer, Sri Malgi sir. And some of the power failure challenges we have been overcome by actually installing independent UPS systems in our colleges. And also a few days back, we have reduced the tariff of the HT line to HT2A tariff. where the economic burden has been reduced. Earlier, we used to get an electricity bill of approximate 28 to 30,000 rupees, and this HT2A tariff has made us a reduction in the electricity bill by an amount of say 10 to 12,000 rupees. Then apart from independent UPS also, previous year we have launched the solar or renewable energy used labs like solar powered lab, where we have utilized the solar panels, UPS and the charge controllers so that efficiently we can utilize the sun energy apart from the UPS system also. So the existing UPS systems, that is online UPS presently present in our college are we have a 5 kVA UPS which is 180 volts DC voltage. This is being obtained from a 12 volt 180 Ah 15 number of batteries, and the connection to this has been provided to 2 computer systems of the office, 1 system to the principal chamber, a mechanical computer lab of nearly 20 computers, civil computer lab of approximately 15 to 20 computers. Then we have 1 kVA 24 volts DC AC online UPS which utilizes a battery of 12 volts 160 Ah 2 number of batteries. So this is a dedicatedly used for the CS computer lab, nearly 5 to 6 computers. And also we have given a connection to the drawing hall so that during the examinations, a drawing hall which accommodates nearly 80 students will be well illuminated. Then we have another backup in the office which is 1.6 kVA UPS with 2 numbers of batteries of 150 Ah capacity. So these are all the existing presently available online UPS which is widely used during the load shedding conditions. So apart from this, we have also moved on to a new initiative, which is a solar powered computer lab. This is just an diagram to make you understand because all are not from the purely electrical background in the audience. So usually the form of the renewable energy we have used is the solar energy. And if we are using the solar energy, it gives us the DC output voltage, which is being stored in the batteries. And the charge to the batteries is being controlled by a device called as the charge controller. And the charge of the batteries or the energy in the batteries, which is the DC, is converted to AC by an inverter, and that inverter is being fed to the home. In our example, it is the college or a computer lab or a electronics hardware lab or a office. If you look at the solar powered computer lab, the actually load on the solar for a computer lab, including 1 CPU, 1 LCD monitor. If you take for the new system, that is Infosys systems, approximately they are 75 to 150 watts. But I have taken an example of 150 watts into 30 computers I have taken, which gives me 4,500 watts or 4.5 kilowatts. We have gone for not a systematic design. Here we have gone for an crude type of design. We have taken approximately load of 1.5 kilowatts. So how this 1.5 kilowatts has come, all such things. We started with actually the inner wheel club. So when we have amongst our staff members, the vice president for the inner wheel club, Srimati Rekha madam, when we had approached through our principal to the inner wheel club, they have agreed to give us the solar panels. Say they have donated 3 solar panels, 1 charge controller, along with the steel structure for installing the solar panels, then cabling, that is DC wire cable, the wiring, other extension AC wirings and installations. This all is being sponsored by the inner wheel club. So because we have to go for the number of solar panels, and we have only got adjusted for 3 solar panels only by the inner wheel club. So we couldn't go for higher wattage solar panels, say 325 watts, because it will not accommodate the more in number. And also we have to look at the local dealers and the local service people, so that at ease we are getting the solar panels or the services. So we have gone for a dealer who provides us a solar panel of only 175 watts. Okay, so we started with only 3 solar panels first, which was 3 into say 175, approximately say 550 or 600 watts only. And again, from the previous alumni, that is, they donated another 3 solar panels, another extra charge controller along with the steel structure, then DC wires and the installations. Totally, we had 6 solar panels. So approximately it gives us 1050 watts for the 6 solar panels. And we had also 2 solar panels of 325 watts. So nearly 1.5, we considered the load 1.5 kilowatts. And if we divide that 1.5 kilowatt as the wattage, total load, divided by panel wattage, solar panel, one solar panel wattage, it is 175 watts, we got it as 9 panels. We don't have 9 panels, we have only 6 panels, which is nearly gives us 1050 watts as well as 700 watts separately. Okay, but the UPS, we approached textile, small scale textile industries present in Bankapura, Prabhanjan Apparels. The CEO or HR of that Prabhanjan Apparels has donated for us a 3 kVA UPS of 36 volts. This is a normal UPS. It is not a UPS used for the solar. So for that sake, we have purchased a separate charge controller. Charge controller along with the UPS gives us the power conditioning unit for the solar system. So here, if you look at the panels required are the 9, but we have only 6 panels of 175 watts, giving us approximately 1050 watts, and separately 700 watts. So now actual required UPS is only 1.5 kilowatts only enough for us, but our existing UPS is much more higher, which is having a 36 volts DC output, AC out, DC input, a 230 volts AC output, and a DC current of 63.68 amperes. So hence, because it is a normal UPS, we require a charge controller, and the selection of the charge controller is based on the UPS and the load. Therefore, and also the current carrying capacity of the UPS as well as the load. So since the UPS is having a current carrying capacity of 63.68 amperes, we have utilized a charge controller of 50 to 80 amperes, which actually gives us a battery backup of 15 hours approximately. Then with the requirement of total number of batteries as 7 batteries, but we don't have 7 batteries, we have only 4 batteries of 150 Ah capacity, which gives us a battery backup of nearly 6 to 7 hours if we use the computers, and nearly 12 hours if we use only the lighting purposes. So the wire or the cable which has gone from the solar panels, this wire which comes from the solar panels to the charge controller. So this wire is a DC cable, and its current carrying capacity is based on what is the current carrying capacity of the charge controller. The charge controller is nearly 50 to 80 amps. Hence, we are using 80 amps. And for the 80 amps, from the AWG or the wire gauge chart, the DC cable will come out to be 6 square mm. So the dealer has set the size or the installation purpose or labor. We have used an 80 feet DC wire. Along with that, we have different protective devices like combiner boxes if required, a array, then solar fuses, and in our case, the fuse is integrated in the UPS system itself. So apart from the electrical design aspects, so what we need is how many number of panels, what is the UPS rating, what is the charge controller rating, how many number of batteries and battery backup, and what is the square mm wire and length of the wire we are going to use. Apart from this, we are going for what are the civil engineering aspects to be considered. So usually the civil engineers, the lecturers present in our college only have checked the roof for its uniform surfaces and no obstruction for the water flow during the rainy seasons. And the mechanical engineers or mechanical lecturers of our college have taken account in the amount of the load falling on the roof. So if you look at the panel dimensions, it is approximately one panel is 150 centimeter length and 75 centimeter width, and one panel weight is approximately 5 kg. And the steel structure, both steel structures, the alumni steel structure as well as the steel structure donated by the Inner Wheel Club, both are both together weigh approximately 5 to say 6 kgs. So giving a total weight of 35 to 40 kgs, which the roof can bear it. So the installation aspects are how we have to face the solar panel. Usually the solar panel will be faced in the north-south direction, so that equal amount of sun tracking can be done, and there it is always inclined at the latitude of the angle of that particular place. And for the installation aspects, usually they check the illumination at the proper place. The different meters we are using are the lux meter or a pyranometer or a solar power meter or an irradiance meter. And to check the voltage of the panel using a digital meter, to check the current carrying in the DC wire using a clamp meter, then insulation testers, then to check the temperature at the vicinity of the solar panels, that is a non-contact infrared thermometer, to check the battery levels, battery voltages, to check the charge controllers and the different protective devices. Here also the care should be taken that the panels have to be installed where the shadow is not of a concern to us. There should not be any shadow fall or not be any building shadow towards the facing of the panel. So these are the specifications. We have used a solar panel from the Luminous company, meeting the CE standards. Actually, we can even go for IEC standards, even go for the UL listings. Since the service is of concern to us, we have gone for the CE standards only. We have gone for the different IS standards here, which is also given by IEC Commission also. And we have used the polycrystalline type of solar panels with the peak power of 175 watts, approximately volts of 20 and a current of 10 amperes. Then we have used a charge controller, say 50 amps, 36 volts. Since the charge controller handles the 36 volts, irrespective of the DC voltage coming off the solar panel, only 36 volts can be given to the UPS. Because our UPS is 3 kVA, 36 volts, we have selected the charge controller also 36 volts, 50 amperes. Because the charge controller is 50 amperes and the UPS is 63 amperes, we have selected a DC wire cable of 6 square mm, current ranging from 70 to 80 amperes. These are the crude considerations. The actual design will be different as per the electrical engineer. But if you go for anyone, for any non-electrical person to go for the solar installation, these are the crude considerations he or she can be or has to be taken into consideration before installing a mini solar plant in our college or in our home or elsewhere. So these are the specifications of the UPS what I have taken or what the college has taken. And we have installed it in an area of only 6 square meter. Area installed is very less. So this is the 3 solar panels donated by the Inner Wheel Club of Hubli under the guidance of our principal sir and the Inner Wheel Club member Srimati Rekha B. And this is the 4 batteries, UPS and the charge controller, what we have been installed in the ENC computer lab. And from here we can give up to nearly say 10 computers also. And if you are not using the computers, we can give it to the ENC hardware lab also. We can give it even to the office connection as well as the principal room also. This has been very much useful for us, especially during the power shutdown, during the question paper printing time, where the time is very crucial for us and prints have to be taken with the minimal time period. There, because of the load shedding and power failure, we have used this time for the previous examinations. We have taken the question paper printout in this lab only. So this is another 3 panels which is donated by the students of the ENC branch. They are the alumni, and this 3 plus 3 will use us 1050 watts. And presently, the upper floor of our building is under construction. So we have removed it, and in the next part, we will install an array of 6 to 12 solar panels so that we can generate nearly 3 kilowatts of solar power also. So these are the different images. Apart from this, whatever energy we are storing during the daytime, we are utilizing it to light the corridors during the night time. This is the solar energy utilized during the night time, entrance of the college and different floors of the college, because there will be no power supply even during the night times also, especially for our college, since we are facing the crucial phase now. There is no HT line to our college and it is under maintenance. So these are different pictures where we are used the solar energy to illuminate the entire college during the night time. It will be very much helpful for the night security persons. Apart from this, we have to maintain the whatever the mini solar plant we have installed in our college, because the more dust accumulation gives rise to the decrease in efficiency of the solar panels, and no DC output properly available. Hence, there is a separate lotion available. Using that lotion only, we have to clean the solar panels. We can't take any cloth and rub the solar panel just to clean its dust. Because of the semiconductor devices used in the solar panels, it may lead to the scratches, and hence it may lead to the failure of the devices. Therefore, the cleaning aspect is crucial here, and regularly also it should be cleaned once in 3 months or once in 6 months. And also be very careful at the tilt position and as well as the hardware structure, looking at its whether it is tilted or no, or whether it is some changes have been happened to the tilt position. Then we should not allow unwanted wastes near the installation, especially during the rainy season. Not allow any dry leaves to be fall on the solar panels. We have to clean, and battery maintenance is also a must for that. And we have to see the prevention of the oxidation of the battery by greasing or waxing its contacts, and looking at the distilled water of the battery, maintaining the batteries. This all is done by the group D people of our college, which are asset to our colleges. If you look
Madam,
at,
you have time? No.
yeah,
How
yes,
many-
yeah, just 5 minutes more, sir.
No, madam, we're running out of time. If you
Yeah,
can
just
just
five more minutes, sir.
you take 2 minutes, huh?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Speaker. We have.
Yeah, sure, sir. If you look at the cost, approximately for that installation, we go for 2,50,000 rupees, which we have utilized approximately say 10 to 15,000 only. Other all things has been donated for us. And if you look why we are talking of sustainability is, if you use the diesel generator instead of that, we are releasing the carbon dioxide, and we have reduced the CO2 emissions of approximately 3.40 metric tons here. The future expansion is under IDP. We are expanding our power plant to 5 kilowatt. And also we are planning for independent solar off-grid connections to each department and office. And finally, we are going for the on-grid installations with net metering. Thank you, sir. Any questions?
I think one Hemant Kumar wants to ask a question. Mr.
Yes,
Hemant Kumar, please go on. Quickly, one question. That's all. We don't have time for. Hemant Kumar. He has been given access. Please go on. with your question?
Might be he's traveling, sir. He's principal
Okay.
itself.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Madam, thank you for the talk wherein you have given a detailed design aspects of the 1.5 kilowatt solar power plant, what has been established with the support of an NGO and principal faculty. And you have shown the photographs also wherein how useful it is for
Sir,
the laboratory
I'm sorry.
and also.
As I'm in travel, apart from these initiatives, we have
Yeah, we missed him again. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you. And your even vision of going forward with 5 kilowatt of power
Yes,
plant.
and then we go for on-grid, sir. On-grid we are going with net metering. That is our vision, sir. We have to
Yes.
go till there, yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Congratulations to your
Yeah,
principal faculty.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Mr. Umesha TK, lecturer in Computer Science and Engineering, Government Polytechnics, Sorba. So he'll be speaking to us on NSS best practices for effective community engagement. To give a brief about Mr. Umesha DK, he's BTech from GMIT Davangere, MTech from University BDT Davangere. Currently, he is pursuing a PhD from Srinivasa University, Mangalore. So he has more than 3 years of industry experience as software engineer between 2009 to 2012 at Blue Star Infotech and Cerner Healthcare Solutions between 2009 and 2012. And over 12 years of teaching experience at WPT Shiralkoppa, and presently is working at GPT Soroba since 2024. And he has also worked as a student welfare officer, ASAT coordinator, and NCC officer and placement at the institution level. Over to you, sir. Not audible.
Sir, am I audible?
Now you are audible. Very clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the opportunity. And first of all, I would like to thank for this opportunity. I'd like to thank Principal Secretary, sir, and the Commissioner, sir, Jagdish, sir, and Prasanna, sir, Director, Department of Technical Education, and Rajsekhar, sir, for giving this opportunity. And also, I would like to thank our principal and all staff, GPT Sorba, and also Government Women's Polytechnic, Shiralkoppa. Today, in this presentation, I am going to discuss about some of the best practices in NSS. Sir, is the screen visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is visible. So you have 20 minutes, sir. We actually ran out of time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So, in
please.
this session, we are going to discuss about NSS best practices for effective community engagement. It's like empowering the students through NSS. So, what is education? Usually, we know that education is transforming the knowledge of textbooks to the student. But our father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhiji, says that education means bringing out the best in man and child, body, mind, and spirit. Okay, this should be the education. And also, other eminent peoples like Radhakrishna and Swami Vivekananda says that education is about education to be complete must be human. It must include not only the training of the intellect, but also the refinement of art and the discipline of the spirit. That means that simply we are transferring the knowledge from textbook to the student mind, but they are not ethical. Their students are not honest, and those many things. So this is not the education. Education means the student must trained, and they should implement, and they should help, and they should showcase their talent, or they should solve the problem of the society. That should be the education. And Swami Vivekananda says that education should give the platform to showcase their talent or whatever they have in their mind. So that should be the education. But unfortunately, this is not happening because of these in these days. So, and one more thing, all the engineering students or any other students, if they go for the work, or if they want to work in the industry, some of the talents or skills they need, those skills are like leadership qualities, or problem solving skills, or communication skills, or initiative skills, organization skills, and teamwork, so many things. So to be employers requires that the student must have the personality, very good personality, and they should have some of the soft skills like this: problem solving skills, communication skills, and organization skills, teamwork. These kind of skills they need. But unfortunately, what is happening, we are not getting the time to teach these skills in the classroom, because in the classroom we have a predefined syllabus, we have a predefined process. We are just giving the inputs to the students, they are writing the exam, and they are reading it for the sake of examination. But when they go for the work, they are lacking these many skills. There is no platform for the student to showcase these kind of talents, or to train these kind of talents. Even though we are giving some of the theoretical concepts like this, problem solving or leadership and teamwork skills in the some of the subjects, but they are not enough. But there should be a platform to showcase these talents. So this is one part. What I want to say is, students need to be trained in personality development and soft skills section to become an entrepreneur, or to become an good workers in the industry. But unfortunately, the classroom teaching is lacking these kind of activities. And one more problem, India is a developing country, and so India is a developing country, and Indian villages have so many problems like sanitation and hygiene problem, health and nutrition problem, unemployment, livelihood opportunities, agricultural challenges, environmental degradation, and so many these kind of problems faced by the Indian villages. My question is, how and who will solve these problems? Only the government cannot go to the villages and cannot solve the problems all the time, because it is a huge population country, and the demographics of India is, and culture of the India is very different. So because of that, the government not only solve these problems, then who will help for these problems? So we have two problems in hand. One is, the youths or students of India are not getting the good platform to become a good employers. That is, soft skills training and personality development activities are not there in the syllabus. Even though they are there, but they are not sufficient. Another problem is, Indian villages have so many problems, but government cannot solve these problems. So that's why there is a concept called National Service Scheme, that is NSS. It is a bridging education and community. To solve these problems, NSS is the very good platform, I can say. Because ಕಳೆದ 2-3 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ನಾನು NSS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ NSS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ವಿಕಾಸನಕ್ಕೆ, ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ವೇದಿಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ವೇದಿಕೆ. ನಾನು ಏನು ಈ ಮೊದಲು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, 2 ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿನ ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್. It is initiated in 1969 and its aim is to develop personality through community services. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದರ motto of the NSS is not me but you. So if you can see the objectives of the NSS, it will promote the social responsibility, community engagement among the students, fosters leadership, teamwork and discipline, empower youth to contribute to the nation building, and develop a spirit of self-reliance and human values. These are the things we cannot teach in the classroom. NSS ಗೆ ಸೇರಿದಂತ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು ಅಥವಾ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇದರ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಜೊತೆ ಬೆರೀತಾರೆ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟೀಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೇಶಭಕ್ತಿ ಬರೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ದೇಶವನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ NSS. ಈ ತರದ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ತರದ ಉದ್ದೇಶವನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇವತ್ತು NSS ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನನಗೆ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ? ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ NSS ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ತಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ NSS ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಸ ಹೊಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಂಜರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ NSS ಸೇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ NSS ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ so that we can help to the society and also we can grow ourselves. Nodi, art and culture related activities we will do, sustainability initiatives we will do, empowerment, asset creations, awareness campaigns, service to the needy. These kind of activities we are going to do in NSS, not only the cleaning activity. ಸೊ NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನಿವತ್ತು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಈ ಒಂದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೋ ದಟ್ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಕೂಡ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ NSS ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಒಂದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಾವು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಲಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಒಂದು ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾದಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳು, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯನ್ನ ದತ್ತು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರಿಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಬಂದು ಭಾವೈಕ್ಯತಾ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗಳು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಡ್ವೆಂಚರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ತಮ್ಮನ್ನ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ವಿಕಸನ ಅಥವಾ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಪಾರವಾದಂತ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾನು GWPT ಶಿರಾಳಕೊಪ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ NSS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದನ್ನು ಸಹ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾವೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಶಿರಾಳಕೊಪ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ವಿಶೇಷ ಶಿಬಿರ ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಹರಗುವಳ್ಳಿ, ಶಿಕಾರಿಪುರ ತಾಲೂಕ್, ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಲೇಜ್ಗೆ 7 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಆ ಒಂದು ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದಾವೆ, ನಾವು ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕದನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ 7 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾಲ ವಿವಿಧ ರೀತಿಯ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ವಿಶೇಷ ಶಿಬಿರವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಊರ್ನವರಿಂದ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿಯಿಂದ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಶಿಬಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಂತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರು ನೋಡಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿಯಾದಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಗಳು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನ್ NSS ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿರಾಳಕೊಪ್ಪ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 50 ಜನ ಮಹಿಳಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಒಡಗೂಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗನಿರ್ದೇಶನದ ಮೇರೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತಹ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದು, ಈ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ಗಳು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆದವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆದವು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಡಬಲ್ ಫೋಲ್ಡ್ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು, ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್, ನಾವು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಊರು ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ಕ್ಲೀನ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈಜೀನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ರಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಕೃಷಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆ ಊರಿನ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಗಳು ಹಸುಗಳನ್ನ, ಕುರಿಗಳನ್ನ, ಮೇಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಊರಿನ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದನಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಇದಾವೆ, ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಗಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಶಿಕಾರಿಪುರದ ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲು ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಿವಮೊಗ್ಗ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ರೀ ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಚೆಕ್ಅಪ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಊರಿನ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವತ್ತು 200ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ದನಕರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಉಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ತಪಾಸಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆಯನ್ನ ಕೊಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಆ ಊರಿನ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಅದಲ್ದೇನೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಊರಿನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬೀದಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ, ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೋಡ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀದಿ ನಾಟಕಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಗೆ ಮತದಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಮೂಡಿತ್ತು, ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿಯ ಹೆಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಅದೇ ತರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೇಶಭಕ್ತಿ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತದಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ, ಬೀದಿ ನಾಟಕಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಇದಲ್ದೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ NSS ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಕಸ ಹೊಡಿಯೋದು ಅಂತ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ನಾವ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ನ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್, ಪ್ರಬಂಧ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ, ಚಿತ್ರಕಲೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ, ಭಾಷಣ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆ, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವಾ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವಿಟಿಯನ್ನ ಹೊರತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊರತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಕೊಲಾಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊರತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಾಯಕಾರಿಯಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ಅಲ್ದೇನೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಡೊನೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ರಕ್ತದಾನ ಶಿಬಿರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ರೋಟರಿ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಕ್ಕದ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ನವರ ಸಹಯೋಗದೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಕ್ತದಾನ ಶಿಬಿರವನ್ನ ಏರ್ಪಡಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಸುಮಾರು 100ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಶೇಖರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಈ ರೋಟರಿ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ನೀಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಒಂದು ಬಾಟಲ್ ರಕ್ತ ಈ 2 ಜನಗಳ ಒಂದು ಜೀವವನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಆದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಒಂದು 100 ಬಾಟ್ಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ರಕ್ತದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 200 ಜನಗಳ ಪ್ರಾಣವನ್ನ ಉಳಿಸಿದಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸೇವಾ ಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರಿಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಖುಷಿಯ ವಿಚಾರ. ಅದಲ್ದೇನೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು GPT ಸೊರಬದಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ NSS ತುಂಬಾ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಟ್ರೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಗಳು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ನೆಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 500ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮರಗಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸಿದೀವಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಗ್ರೀನರಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು NSS ನ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಾರ್ದು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಉತ್ಸಾಹದಿಂದ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದಲ್ದೇನೆ GPT ಸೊರಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿವಿಷನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿವಿಷನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸುಮಾರು 10-15 ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಗಳಿಂದ 8ರಿಂದ 10 ಜನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಹಲವಾರು ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಗಳಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೊರಬ ಈ ಡಿವಿಷನಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಹೊಳೆಕೊಪ್ಪ ಸೊರಬ ತಾಲೂಕು ಈ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸುಮಾರು ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಗಳಿಂದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಬಂದಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ನಡುವೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಊರಿನ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದಲ್ದೇನೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಇಂದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂತ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಈ ಒಂದು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಒಂದು ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಾಯವಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲಾರದು. ಅದಲ್ದೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ GPT ಸೊರಬ ಮತ್ತೆ GWPT ಶಿರಾಳಕೊಪ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವುಗಳು NSS ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆದಾಗ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅನೇಕ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ NSS ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ವಿವಿಧ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ನ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾದಂತ ವಿಚಾರ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿರೋಂತ ವಿಚಾರ, ಇವುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಗತಿಗಳಿದಾವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ SSM ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ವಿಜಯಪುರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಪವರ್ ಫೌಂಟೇನ್ ಇದನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ನ ಆವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವುಗಳೇನೆ ಲೇಬರ್ಸ್ ಗಳ ಸಹಾಯದಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇದು. ಸುಮಾರು 8 ಲಕ್ಷ ವರ್ತ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಫೌಂಟೇನ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಂದ ರನ್ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಒಂದು ಫೌಂಟೇನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡಬೇಕಾದಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ಅಲ್ದೇನೆ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳು. ಇವರು 132 ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ರೂಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಮಾರಿಹಾಳ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಸಹಯೋಗದೊಂದಿಗೆ 2015ರಿಂದ 17 ಈ ಸಾಲುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 132 ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ರೂಮ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಾರ್ದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನವ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ನವ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್, ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿವಿಧ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ಓದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದ್ ಅಲ್ದೇನೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಗಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಜೊತೆ ಬೆರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರುಗಳು ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವರು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳೇ ಬೇರೆ. ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಬೆರ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದಾವೆ, ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳೇನಿದಾವೆ, ಅನ್ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳೇನಿದಾವೆ, ನಾವ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯನ್ನ ಬಳಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಒಂದು 600 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಗುಜರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಬ್ಬಿಣದ ಸಾಮಾನುಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಬ್ರಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಅವರು ಉಳುಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ವೀಡ್ ರಿಮೂವರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಇಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 2000 rupees. ಇದಲ್ವಾ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇವಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾತ್ರ ಓದೋದಲ್ದೇನೆ ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ, ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅವನನ್ನ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಲ್ದೇನೆ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಚಿಂತಾಮಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಪವರ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟರ್ ಕೇವಲ 1500 ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರ ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಪವರ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಕಟರ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1500 rupees ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ. ನಮ್ಮ NSS ನಿಂದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮೂಡ್ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ SNM ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಪ್ರವಾಹದ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಸರ್ ಆಮ್ ಐ ಅಡಿಬಲ್ ರಾಜಶೇಖರ್ ಸರ್?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you have 2 minutes more.
Yes, yes.
The time we're running out of time.
ಸೊ SNM ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಮೂಡ್ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ರವಾಹದ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, 700 ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ಗಳ ಮಳಲ್ ಚೀಲಗಳನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಬಂಡನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಲಾರದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಜನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸೇರಿ ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಥವಾ ಜೋಪಡಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಏನಿದ್ವು, ಆ ಜೋಪಡಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಸೋರಿಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಸೊ SNM ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಮೂಡ್ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ತಾಡ್ಪಾಲುಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರೇ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ತಾಡ್ಪಾಲುಗಳನ್ನ ಒದಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಒದಿಸಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ GPT ರಾಯಚೂರು ಮತ್ತೆ SJP ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ನ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಸೇರಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಳಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೆಂಚ್ಗಳನ್ನ ರಿಪೇರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವರ್ಕ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನೇ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಪೇರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಹಾಜರಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರಿಪೇರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಖುಷಿ ತರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಚಾರ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಚೇರ್ಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇಂದ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟರಿ ಇನ್ಸಿನೇಟರ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಇಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು, ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಇಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು, ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಕಟರ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಕಾರ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ NSS ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಶೋಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ ಅವರ್ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಈ 10 ಮೀಟರ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಣಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಬೆಳೆದಂತ ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ವು. ರೈತರುಗಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಓಡಿಸೋದೇ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸವಾಲು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ನವರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ನವರು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಎನೇಬಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 10 ಮೀಟರ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಬೊಗಳೋ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಆ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳನ್ನ ಓಡೋಗೋ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸೌಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಅನೇಕ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛ ಕಾಲೋನಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ SC/ST ಕಾಲೋನೀಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಾಲೋನೀಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರು ತುಂಬಾ ಸ್ವಚ್ಛವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾಲೋನಿಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರಿಗೆ 50,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂತ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಔಟ್ರೀಚ್ ಇಂದ KLE ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಸೂಳ್ಯ ಇವರು ಒಂದು 25,000 ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಯನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಲಿಟ್ರಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಓದ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ NSS ನಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, NSS ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ವಿಕಾಸನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ NSS ಗೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಸೇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನೇಷನ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ. ರಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಏನಿದಾವೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದಲ್ದೇನೆ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ಸಿಗೆ ರೆಕಗ್ನೇಷನ್, ಈ ಗೌರವವು ಕೂಡ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಗಳಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ NSS ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಾಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಖುಷಿ ತಂದಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಸಹಯೋಗದಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದಂತ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಹೈಯರ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ವರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವ್ NSS ಸೇರಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿಯನ್ನ ತಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್, ದ vanities of the world are transient, but they alone live. Who live for others, the rest are more dead than alive. ನಾವು ನಮಗಾಗಿ ಬದುಕೋದ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗಾಗಿ ಬದುಕ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಪರೋಪಕಾರ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಈ ಪರೋಪಕಾರ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಈ NSS ನಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಈ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವಕಾಶಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now quickly we will take one question from Rajesh Ongal, sir. Rajesh Ongal, sir. ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಒಂಗಲ್ ಅವರು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಟಾಕ್. ನೀವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ವಿಕಾಸನೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು NSS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ರೀಚಸ್ ದಿ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ so closer to the society and the real beneficiary, that we can see it very closely. Thank you for giving so many examples. NSS ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಯಾವ ಪಾಲಿಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ hats off to the NSS team. Thank you sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I thank